Hey, it's me, the N to the J to the B, and it is 83 out here. 83 degrees, but it's dry heat, so it's not the same as 83 degrees and like 80% humidity. It is not the same at all. My body's not used to humidity anymore. As my most recent trip to Mexico and my first trip to Mississippi taught me, you ain't about this life. That's what the humidity was screaming to me. So, how y'all doing? I'm good. I'm good. I am supposed to be at a conference right now. It's a conference called CultureCon. I've been looking forward to it. It just sounded really interesting. And I got a free ticket from Black Girls Who Write. I attended the Black Girls Who Write conference back in October. And so I get, sort of different perks and emails from them about different events. So I've been looking forward to going. But yesterday, I had a full week, a really busy week. It wasn't bad, nothing bad happened, but it was busy. And all day yesterday, I was like, okay, push yourself, get through one more day, meaning today, to do the conference. And as time got closer and closer for me to schedule the Uber to pick me up, I was like, girl, didn't you say you were going to be kinder to yourself? And I'm thinking, yes, but I got a free ticket. I don't want to be ungrateful. Would I not go if I had paid for this ticket? Blah, 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 blah. And at a certain point, I had to just say yes to myself. I hear all that, but you're tired. And unless you want to get sick and or start next week raggedy, you need to rest. So I'm in my car, so it looks like I'm not resting, but I actually slept until like 11:30 a.m. and y'all know where I'm going. I don't even have to tell you anymore. I'm so embarrassed. It just seems like I don't have a life. The only place I go is let's say it all together, the post office. Yeah, the post office. Here, I'm hiding my purse in the back seat because I'm getting ready to go in here in Starbucks and pick up my drink. I'll be right back. I'm gonna clean my hands because I've been touching the door. They're selling coffee in there that's infused with olive oil. I don't know. I didn't know that was a thing. Maybe it's a thing somewhere in Italy, or it's called Olito. I don't know. I don't know. I ain't gonna try it. It sounds like something that would have you sticking close to home. Let's just put it like that. So hard pass. That doesn't sound good. But I know people put butter in their coffee. It's called bulletproof coffee, and it's a way for them to have a little something in their coffee, but not, well, it is dairy. What is the point of that? Wait a minute. I don't remember, but people who go paleo or keto will have that because they can't have milk or cream for whatever reason. But it seems like butter's dairy. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know about all that, but, but they do. I tried it once and I was like, I don't want this greasy coffee. Here I am in my beauty supply store designer dress, and y'all were with me when I bought it. I was with my mom in Chicago. Some time ago, I wondered out loud on this channel what my purpose is. I feel like everybody has a purpose. I say that all the time, like nobody's here by accident. If you're here, a lot of things had to happen in order for you to be here. A lot of things had to go exactly right for you to be here as you are today. And I believe that for myself as well. If you've been watching for a while, you know that I've been in this period of transition for a while. It just feels like forever. Like I've just been floundering forever. I think I just got an inkling of what I'm supposed to be doing. I almost don't believe it because it's so simple. And it's so in line with who I am. Yeah. So I'm like, is that real? Like, is that is that God telling me this is what I'm supposed to be doing? Is this a note from the universe? Or is this Nicole just saying, you know, this is easy, I'll take this way? But I don't think so. So you want to know what I think my purpose is? What I think my work is on this earth at this point in time? Because I do think it can change. Give me a second. Oh my goodness. I feel like a wilted flower coming back to life. Like I hadn't had anything. I had a little water. Oh, it's 3:45. I had a little bit of water today so I could take my medicine. And then what did I do? What have I been doing? Not a whole lot. I took a shower. Just kind of dragged around my place. I didn't need to be at nobody's conference today. Anyway, what you want to know is my purpose, right? Right now. I'm not stalling, but let me start by telling you this. This is the way that I've always operated. This is just the way my life has always been. Oh, there was a weird hole in the street over there. Almost looked like it wants to open up into a sinkhole. It was weird. And I didn't understand why then, but I understand why now. I've always accepted an interesting challenge, you know? Like if something interested me, even if I didn't know how to do it, I would just go, well, I mean, I ain't dumb, you know, like I can learn. if anybody anywhere is doing it, I can figure out how to do it. I've done that with jobs. I've done it with activities. Hey, you want to do XYZ? Hey, you want a job doing XYZ? It does not matter to me that I don't know how to do XYZ. If it sounds interesting to me, I'll say yes, and I'll figure out how to do it before I get to wherever it is I got to get to. You know, like I've always been that way. My being out here in LA, having had a good acting career, is really because I started doing theater in college, and professors encouraged me to continue. And I knew, okay, you can do theater and work at the different union theaters all over the country. But I still didn't think like coming out to Hollywood and working in TV and movies, commercials, whatever. Like I didn't see that as a real job. I promise you, I haven't lost my point. I just have to tell you this first, okay? But I was like, wonder if I can do that. Let me learn as much as I can and then get on out there. So I came out here. I've told this story many times. Got frustrated, quit the industry before I had ever done anything because I didn't know how it worked. And then at a certain point, I was like, look, you need to get your act together. And I got myself in class and launched my career, and I've been working ever since. It all started with the curiosity. That's just the way that I'm built. I'm still on the same track. That looked flighty to some people. It looked scattered to some people. To some people, they say I had a fear of commitment, be an adult and settle down. I've heard it all. I had an ex-boyfriend who told me, you know, you're gonna be, when I told him I'm not built for corporate America. Like I don't know what will happen to my life if I don't get out of corporate America, because I was miserable. Like miserable, okay? Read my lips, miserable. And he's like, well, you better get used to it because you're gonna be just like the rest of us working stiffs. And I was like, well, that's foul. There's nothing wrong with an office job if you want one. Just like there's nothing wrong with pursuing acting or any form of art as a career if you want to do it. But when you're doing something, when you're forced into a mold that does not suit you, it's literally like walking around with a pebble in your shoe trying to pretend it's not there. You know what's gonna happen? First, you might be able to play it off. Then it's a little more uncomfortable, but okay, I can, maybe it'll work its way out. It'll be all right. Then, oh, I think I'm getting a blister. Okay, well, I'm hobbling a little bit, but let me continue on down the road and see what happens. Then you're going to end up with a hole in your foot, and if you don't stop, you're going to end up seriously injured. That's kind of how it is when you're living a life that doesn't suit you or no longer suits you. So I've seen this before. It looks slightly different than it looked before, but I knew when I had to get out of corporate America, I don't know what would have happened to me or to my life. Like, I don't know. You see people who end up just chronically depressed, or, you end up weighing 600 pounds. You end up acting out, you're drinking too much, you're on drugs, you're just doing all these things that are destroying you because you're forcing yourself into a mold that was not made for you. Okay? So, that wasn't made for me. I don't think this industry has ever been, I don't think my personality has ever been really suitable for this industry, but I was interested. It's like, I love acting. So all the stuff that comes along with it, all right, I'll tolerate that stuff because it's what I got to do to navigate and get to what I want to do. At a certain point, maybe the scales tip a little away from you, and you're like, is it still worth it? For me, the answer is no. The answer is no. Okay. So then, see, I'm back. Start looking around for what's next. What am I going to do with myself? Part of that is having been steeped in, in capitalism, and we are told, I ain't going to hit you, man. Let you go on. He's moving kind of slow, but he's still moving. Capitalism tells us that our purpose is to be productive, Be productive. Stay on the grind. It doesn't matter. Sleep when you're dead, They sleep, we grind. How many times have I heard that? How many times have I said it? Years ago, I used to think like that. I'll sleep when I'm dead. Well, if you don't sleep, you're going to be dead a whole lot sooner than you want to be. So I learned that lesson. Let me go in here and get my mail. I'm aware that I have not gotten to the purpose yet, but it's coming. I'm back. I picked up my mail, but wouldn't you know, I forgot to bring the one thing that I had to mail today. You had one job, Nicole. Actually, I got too many jobs. That's part of my problem. A lot of people through the years, and I've noticed it more lately, have told me that they're encouraged, sometimes even inspired by certain things that I do or the way that I handle certain things. And I never see it as a big deal because I'm just living my life, as best I can. And honestly, everybody's life looks different from the inside. So it often appears just really, really, really messy to me. It's like, okay, it looks like I got it all together. If you don't know me and you don't watch my YouTube channel and see how confused I am half the time, overwhelmed the other half of the time, especially lately. But I would not trade my life for anyone else's. I would not. You ever heard the old saying, I wouldn't take nothing from my journey now, because it is part of what makes you you. It's part of what makes you unique. And I like me. I like me. I enjoy my own company. As you can see, I laugh at myself. I don't have a bad life by any means. Me talking about wanting to change my life doesn't mean that I'm, oh, woe is me, my life is horrible. No, there are a lot of things that could be a whole lot worse. Sometimes they have been, but still, through it all, I am aware how tremendously fortunate and blessed I am, just in general, you know. At any moment, things could be a whole lot worse, you know. So it's not that. It's just, all right, it's time to do something else. And that's just how I've always lived. My intuition lets me know when, you know, this ain't working. I gotta go. Now I can try and you know, try and force it, try and stay in the same spot, because other people want me to. Other people think I should, or I may disappoint someone, or whatever it is. But then I don't feel okay, and then I done got, you know, a mile down the road. Now I got a bloody foot, and I can't have that. So I gotta do what's in me to do. In a roundabout way, I just told you what I believe my call is right now, is to live my life according to what's in me. Be as authentic as I possibly can. Just doing me, you know, just, I'm not trying to hurt nobody. Oh, that's like Beyonce's lyric in Church Girl. She said, we ain't trying to hurt nobody. We're just trying to do the best we can. And that's what it is. I'm just trying to do the best that I can for my life. And if it resonates with you in some way, or resonates with somebody that you know, and you want to pass my channel information on to that person, then wonderful. Of course I want to grow my channel. I want to grow as a person. But it's more about me being authentic and being free, because I'm authentic and I don't feel like I need to present myself in a certain way in order to be acceptable. Being Black, being a woman, there are certain ways that we're socialized to believe that we cannot appear in the world. Otherwise people will think that we are, we're ghetto, we're uneducated, we just like to fight, you know, we're ignorant, like just all these stereotypes. And I'm not responsible for what other people think about me. I could literally be a saint, okay? Like one of those kind of saints. I could literally be that, and somebody gonna have a problem with me. You know, they killed Jesus. so what do you think they're gonna do to you? What do you think they're gonna do to me? So I gotta do me. In that vein, my purpose, my charge, my mission right now is to live my life as authentically me as possible, and showcase myself doing it, not just for the, oh, isn't like, I live for the videos and the photos on social media where I see people, especially sisters, you know, just living their best life, living like things that were largely denied to us for such a long time. I'm so, like, don't get me to crying, but I am so blessed. I am so blessed to be able to leave when I want to leave. You know, like when I bought 2 plane tickets a couple nights ago. I was like, you know, YOLO, here, let me buy some plane tickets. Some of it is by design. I knew early on that I could not get myself mired in a bunch of stuff, you know, like a bunch of bills, a bunch of kids, you know, a husband that don't want to do nothing. Like, I early on innately, I knew that could not be my path. If I'm miserable and you the cause of it, you gotta go. I don't care who you are. I know y'all seen that meme. I ain't gonna say it. I'm just gonna show it to you. That would be me. Oh, y'all ain't gonna act right? Deuces. Go live with your daddy. I'm out. Like, and people will be calling me a deadbeat mama or whatever, but that's why I didn't have kids. They're not for everybody. And so many people along the way tried to push me, you know, no, you're not gonna feel that way when it's your own. Oh yeah, settle down. Oh, he's a nice guy. Why don't you XYZ? You know, like, can I live my life? How about you make the choices that are right for your life? And you trust that I got sense enough to make the decisions that are right for me in my life. You can talk to anybody who knows me offline and ask them. And that's me. It's who I've always been. I'm considerate of other people's feelings. I don't want to do anything to hurt anybody. I do, in carpentry or whatever they say, measure twice, cut once. I will look twice and then leap. I will do that, but I'm going to leap. If it's right for me, Nicole is going to leap. So that's where I am. I'm in a place where I thought my purpose would be something difficult. Okay, I gotta achieve this. Okay, I'm gonna have to educate myself to get up to this level so then I can present myself as an expert on this. I am an expert on my life. Okay, like I know how I feel. Our guts will not lie. Our minds sometimes will lie to us. Our eyes, sometimes we think we saw something, but we don't have the full context, so maybe that's not what we really saw. Our hearts will definitely lie to us. Our guts ain't lied to me yet. Now, I've ignored it sometimes, and been like, okay, yeah, I feel all that, but like, this is telling me, well, shouldn't have listened to that because the gut was right. The gut is always right. So in my gut, I have to do what's right for me. Otherwise, I get uncomfortable, like real uncomfortable to the point where I can't ignore it, which is what has happened in my life. And that's where I am right now. And that's why I am where I am right now. Another thing that I've realized, okay, I talk about ADHD, fairly often now. It's because I was only diagnosed in 2021. And the more I learn, the more it just makes sense. And I wonder, how did we not figure this out earlier than now? Like, how did we not figure this out? But back in the day, you thought, okay, that kid just bad. Like, and I wasn't really bad. I was just busy. And then you get socialized. Little girls don't do this. Little girls don't, what are you doing on the fence? Like, why are you trying to get up on the roof? Why are you jumping off the stairs? Why are you talking? Why are you like, why are you shaking your leg or whatever? Little girls don't act like that. And so then as girls, we are socialized, to be seen and not heard a lot of times, always look pretty. You're not running around. Whereas the boys, you knew when they had ADHD because they were running in circles, literally. So a lot of times in girls and then later in women, ADHD shows up with an inattention, like I may not look like I'm running in circles, but my brain is doing it. It's a 3-ring circus in there all the time. When I'm like anxious, because I want to run around the room, or like I'm just somewhere that, like I have to sit still. I have to pay attention. What I do a lot is I'll find myself holding my hand right here, just holding it. Like it's like a self-soothing measure. It's hard to explain. I do feel a certain amount of excess pent-up energy for some reason holding my hand right here. It keeps me from acting out. I'll put it that way, because I'm not always calm when I do that. It's just like, be still. Be still. Be quiet. Don't start talking. Just behave yourself, Nicole. You in public. Going back to corporate America, when I worked in corporate America, I already said it. I hated life. I hated my life in particular. Because I didn't belong there. It was the routine of it. I was only happy on Friday nights and Saturday. And then Sunday I would start getting down again, because here comes Monday and now I got to go back, in this office. I have to be there. It's so structured. I have to be there from this time to this time, which is, and early in the morning. Okay, it was just everything about it was working against everything that that I am naturally. Everything about it. I'm not a morning person. I'm not good with those kind of routines where you must be here at this time, you leave at this time, you take lunch at this time, and I'm outspoken. So all the HR, the little games you got to play, and you got to be diplomatic to this person, and you got to, you just got to play these little games. I'm not with that. Every office that I went in, like, I would tell the truth and somebody would have a problem with it, but what is this game we're playing? Like, I don't like that passive aggressive mess. And it was just at odds with everything that is innately within me. So I knew I had to get out of there. But until I could get out of there, I had to rein it all in, restrict who I am naturally. Keep on walking with the pebble in my shoe, but you better not limp, because then people gonna look at you funny, and they might fire you. They gonna do whatever office politics that they feel like perpetrating against you that day. And if you just shut up and mind your business and don't say nothing, then you are not participating in office culture. I hated it. Hated it. It just was not where I was supposed to be. So going from that to entertainment, where it's like the Wild West, you don't know where you're going to be at. You don't know where your next check is coming from. You don't know, in some ways it felt like freedom. In some way, I mean, it was scary. Freedom is scary sometimes. There were different parameters, especially when social media came out. You can't say certain things about certain actors because you may end up working with them, or even actors or directors or casting directors or whomever, somebody in the industry that you've worked with who you don't like and you never want to see again because they're horrible people. Yes, I have worked with some of them. You're not supposed to say it, because then somebody who works with them might see that, and now you are not getting certain jobs. There are lots of things that I couldn't do just as an individual. Like, what do you mean I can't say this dude is a butthole? What do you mean I can't say that? But you can't say it. I could not do what I wanted to do with my hair until my mom hit me to wigs, of course. Can't do that. I've been wanting to pierce my nose for since college, so basically since I left college. Couldn't do that because commercial mommies don't have nose rings. There were just certain things that I wanted to do that I couldn't do. I always had to have 2 wardrobes, basically, clothes that I wear because I like them, and then audition clothes. I have a whole audition wardrobe that is not anything that I would ever wear just in regular life. I would not wear any of those clothes. I mean, button-down shirts? No, absolutely not. What started off as exciting started to feel restrictive. As the industry has changed over time, because I think all industries do, I, and along with other actors, have found myself having to wear multiple hats, acting, writing, producing now. Now we're filming our auditions at home, editing stuff, uploading them. The industry has changed a whole lot, and it's a lot. It is literally like having multiple jobs that you rarely get paid for, and then when you get paid more than the vast majority of people in the world get paid for 1 day of work or 1 week of work. But then you're out doing work for free for the next, however long until you book another job. So it's like people will say, well, actors, you guys are rich, you get paid a lot. I'm not rich. I'm rich in spirit. Okay. All right. That's where my abundance is. I am rich in spirit. I got a few dollars in the bank because I know how to squeeze a penny till it hollers. But as far as rich, just money to do whatever, no. I think it's 1% of actors are actually rich. And those are the celebrities that you see all the time, you know, in everything. George Clooney and Denzel, and most actors are not making it. Like, most actors have another job, or they're living like 50 Cent from being on the street. I'm not in that position. That has happened to me. I mean, I ain't been on the street, but I got real close. If I couldn't borrow money from you know, some people in, what was that, 2010, I could have ended up on the street, or, you know, had to leave LA. Thankfully, that hasn't been my situation, and it isn't my situation right now, but the game done changed, and we got to change with it, or we have to do something different. And the ways that this game has changed have made it, along with just me growing in a different direction, have made it so that I know it's time. It's past time for me to do something different. To be clear. Because I don't know if I was clear in stating what my purpose is. And I should have written this down before I started the video. But I didn't really know it was going to go here. But my purpose is to live the best life that I possibly can, while being true to myself, while being kind to people, while never intentionally hurting anyone. And hopefully, by giving people a peek into what that looks like for me, the people who need to see what that looks like will be encouraged, will be inspired, and will be heartened. Representation matters, and sometimes we don't know what's possible until we see somebody, usually somebody who looks like us, doing whatever that thing is. And I am not saying that I'm all that. I'm not saying, you know, oh, I'm a role model. I ain't saying that. You know, I'm not trying to be anybody's role model. I'm just trying to be happy. I'm just trying to live my best life, let my light shine, and may it give hope to somebody who needs it. That's really it. That's it. That's it. And it seems almost too simple. But then I go, well, why would you be given a mission that is difficult because it doesn't line up with who you are naturally? Like, shouldn't your mission for which you are built be simple to you? Shouldn't it be simple? I got to sit with it a little longer, and so that it feels, you know, so I can stop questioning. Is that all? Are you sure? Is that all? That seems too easy. Well, I don't know. I like it easy, but it seems too simple. You get what I'm saying? Okay, let me shut up and go on in here to Trader Joe's and pick up a few things to eat for the next few days. And I'll talk to you again soon. Thanks for watching to the end. All right, take care. Bye.